Hey everyone, Andy from Singletrack magazine, and today we're going to broadcast episode 5 now of Newsdesk. So the big news today is the YT Decoy. This is YT's first attempt at an e-bike, and I have to say it's a really good first attempt. I was over in Nice last week riding this bike, and it's really special. Not only have YT made this really clean, stealth looking e-bike, they've even developed their own battery, which Shimano are allowing them to use with the Shimano E8000 motor. Some really cool features: integrated battery, a really small display so you can't really tell that it's an e-bike. They've really tried to hide the fact that this is an assisted powered bike. I'm not going to go into all the details. I will tell you though that it starts at £4,199 up to £5,999, and it has a full carbon frame. You can see my first ride review over on Singletrack magazine now, so head over there after this video to read it. Okay, next news, and this is pretty interesting because no one's talking about this. RockShox actually released a new fork. It's called the RockShox 35 because it has 35mm stanchions, and basically it's a budget fork, and I believe it's going to be OEM only, so we're going to find this on sub £2,000 full suspension bikes, and it's basically an old pike. So it's got travel ranging from 100 to 160 millimeters of travel. We've got a motion ride damper, really burly chassis. We've got fast black stanchions. It looks like a really cool fork, and I don't actually know why anyone's not talking about it. So that's pretty cool. Next news is the Orange 5. So Chips actually did a video on this earlier in the week. Orange has released, I think it's the Mark 12 Orange 5, which it's kind of nuts. We're getting into Iron Man territory now, like Mark a million or whatever. So we're on the Mark 12 Orange 5. It still runs on 27.5-inch wheels, but obviously Orange have tweaked it a little bit. It's got longer, lower and slacker, of course. It's got a 65-degree head angle, 74-degree seat angle, but the best thing about it is it's finally got a bottle cage on the down tube. Again, I'm not going to go into the full details. Head over to Singletrack magazine. You can see the full details and watch Chips's comparison video online now. All right, we're heading into the realm of Instagram now, and you may already know that I've been basically stalking Cedric Gracia because ever since he left Santa Cruz, I've been wondering what is he up to. I have emailed him. He has promised he will tell us what he's up to, but I'm still going to try and find it out before he tells me. Now, his latest posts actually show him riding a bike, and we can only see the bike face on. There's actually 2 pictures. I've only got 1 picture here to show you. You can't really see it in this, but if you go to his Instagram feed, if you zoom in on the front of that bike, you'll see that it's got an adjustable head tube on it. Not just cups that you can move about, but an actual head tube that is pinched together, a lot like Cedric's VIP Commensals from back in the day. So this is interesting. Is he going back to Commensal? I did hear that rumor last week. I don't believe that's the case, but whatever he's up to, he's going to tell us soon. Okay, another Instagram piece of news, or well, basically international racing news. Atherton has already got on the podium with his 3D printed carbon titanium bike. This is pretty impressive stuff. So over in Portugal, all the World Cup riders have been out racing already. And you can see here on this picture, we've got Omri Pirion, who came first. We have Danny Hart second, Danny Hart, which is great. And then we have third, Atherton. Now, not only is this great news for G's bike brand, the Atherton bike brand, sorry, but it's also great news for G because it kind of hints that he might be back on form. We did see at the end of last year that he was doing really well. And this is great news. Hopefully we'll see him in the podiums more in the World Cup. Okay, next piece of news. This kind of comes from the Singletrack forums and other little pieces of information I've been hearing on the grapevine. Apparently, Sick Bicycles, everyone's favorite t-shirt bicycle frame company, have been, they might have to change the name. We don't know what they're changing the name to. We don't know if this is 100% fact, but we do know they will be at the London Bike Show this week, tomorrow in fact. So if I'm feeling brave, I might go and ask Jordan, hey, what's going on? And just keep my fingers crossed he doesn't punch me in the face. All right, next piece of news is from French suspension brand Motion Ride. Now last year, I actually got to test the Motion Ride linkage fork with Matthew from Motion Ride. So it is a really good fork. If you ever get a chance to ride one, really try it. It looks like a praying mantis, but it rides like a magic carpet. It's amazing. At Taipei Show, which is happening now, Motion Ride are actually launching their rear shock. Interestingly, it looks kind of conventional. It's got a regular coil spring, it has a regular reservoir, piggyback reservoir on there. Nothing really standing out from what information we've been sent. Looking at that picture closely, I can see that the green lever, I believe, is low speed rebound, and there's a low speed compression adjustment at the top as well. But other than that, I'm not really sure what makes this any different from another coil shock, so we're waiting for full details of that to come out. I do know the pricing though. The full RRP of that shock will be 990 euros. But if you get it in the early pre-order, it's 792, bargain. Or you can order the fork and the shock for 1,990 euros, which is less than a Trust fork. So very interesting. If you're really into shocking news, you'll like this one. This is from Intend. It's a German brand, and they're also working on a rear shock. Now, Intend they were part, well, not really part of, Cornelius from Intend. He used to work for Trick Stuff, and they're the guys who make those really powerful brakes that the Athertons are using this year. Now, Cornelius left to start Intend, and they made these really cool upside down single crown suspension forks, some really nice crank stems, and now they're working on their own rear shock. Again, we don't know much about it. We do know it's an air shock. We do know it uses two, I don't know if that's a piggyback because it almost looks the same size as the actual air shaft itself. We do know though it's only going to weigh 454 grams and it's going to come in lots of different colors. So if you like to keep your bike color coordinated, that's the one to look at. And the final piece of news is, last week I should have been racing at Vallelujah, but I didn't because I'm not going to say what Will usually says. I fell off my bike at speed and I did this to my elbow. And I won't show you what I did to my hand, but if you like to see fat pouring out of a person's body, please head over to my Instagram. That's it. That's all the news for today. Tons of cool stuff. Oh yeah, and SRAM launched a brake as well. Head over to Singletrack magazine, singletrackworld.com to check that out. Yeah, more Newsdesk next week. See you all soon. Bye-bye.